What's up guys, John from the future here. To get this video kicked off and started, I filmed the intro for, what you're about to watch was on Monday. It's Wednesday now. I filmed that intro. I don't know, it was just kind of cringy to me. I didn't really like it, wasn't a fan, whatever. So we started on the fenders, we got them pulled off and started working with them some. You get to see that stuff in just a couple minutes. Right now I'm going to run to McDonald's and get some food because I'm fucking starving and I didn't eat lunch today. Then we're gonna head out to Roberts and finish up. But while I eat and get prepared, you get to watch what we did on Monday. So here is that. Alright guys, so we got about as far as we can get on this corner before we start like welding and everything, and that's something I'll do when I can get the car on concrete. I really don't want to try to weld over grass that has gasoline soaked into it and light Robert's house on fire. So we're gonna pull the front fenders today, get these bad boys off, get the engine bay kind of cleaned up because it's full of spiders. Get these off, start messing with them off the car. It'll be a little bit easier and kind of finagle with them a little bit. I'm hoping, let's see. It looks like a lot of the bolts are missing anyways. And the bolts that are there are like not the right bolts. So they shouldn't be as hard as they would have been to pull off. I don't know, we'll just try to get into it, see what we can get done. Hopefully get these completely off and at least like sanded down. Yeah, that's it. Cue the like 70th time lapse I've filmed since this channel started. Alright guys, I'm gonna start with this fender because it's definitely the worst. I'm gonna take the most like know-how, I guess is the right word maybe, to shape it out. So what happened here, the bottom section of 240 fenders is really common to get rust in it because it's two separate pieces of metal towards the bottom. And it actually cracks, and then dirt and grime and shit gets in there. That creates rust, and then you have the separation. Well, in the like 70s, 80s, people didn't think to, cut out and put new pieces of metal in, so they did this. They just fiberglassed the metal back to itself and hope for the best. This could have been like, I would hope it's not a body shop doing it, but it could have been something like a guy was trying to sell it real quick, just wanted to make it look nice. Something along those lines. But what they did just blows me away. You can't see it because there's so much fiberglass and Bondo over it. They actually riveted this top piece to the rust and then just filled the inside of it with Bondos, held it shut, and then fiberglassed it up here to smooth it out. So now we just have all this like mangled, crappy disgustingness that is going to be some work, but we're going to do it. I'm going to try to get to today, actually wire wheeling this all out, getting it prepped and ready. See if we can get a panel cut today, maybe. We'll see, hopefully. Yeah. Moving on. Alright, now moving on to the front half of the fender. We have this little undercowl piece right here that is actually bent up and twisted in. So this can be one of two fixes depending on how far the flare goes. Just cutting along this line and like sayonara to it basically. Or we'll actually get a dolly and roll this back out. But that'll be later on down the line. So this fender, as shitty as it sounds, should be what that one would look like. The rest kind of just eats through, makes it super brittle, and it can just kind of disintegrate off. This one was not shittily patched, so it might actually be a little bit easier to save in the long run. But we'll have to see. Hopefully neither of them are too bad off and we can get them cut out, mocked up, and send it, There guys, I will get to you with a wire wheeling time lapse because that's what most of my day is going to be. Alright guys, so we cut off this crappy piece of shit patch panel and we're down to fresh metal for the most part. We got a little bit more cleaning to go to make it actually weldable, but we have a general shape and idea of what we want to do now. This isn't the greatest, but it's enough to work with, Now all we have to do is go up a little bit higher so we can get some of this Bondo and rust off, and we'll know where to start our panel at, and we know how far to take it. We can start kind of test fitting, playing around with it before we get it welded in. I honestly forgot the music was even playing, so. Alright, we're going to hop on the other fender real quick, get to about the same place, and then we're going to prime them, just so they don't build up any extra rust, and we'll get on to the rest of it tomorrow. Alright guys, so we got this side down to basically bare metal, like one good line of it. So we look how it's kind of like over and under and like around and weird. You don't want to like try to follow that line because it's going to be a pain in the ass to remake. You want to find one solid line of metal that you can cut straight across. Just make your life easier, make my life easier. I'm going to get out of here. Gnats are bad. I'm not even going to keep this clip. Jesus Christ. Alright guys.
What's up?
I don't know, bro. You FaceTime me.
You FaceTime me?
I just got it on camera. You FaceTiming me.
But you FaceTimed me like 4 minutes ago.
Oh, maybe I butt dialed you.
It says I have a missed call from you at 5:34.
I probably butt dialed you because I've been sitting in my car.
Oh, okay.
Alright guys, so as you saw, we got quite a bit done yesterday. We got everything prepped and ready to start making the templates. So now we just got to get in here. I just pulled up and ate real fast. Robert's not here yet, and I think all the cardboard is locked in the main shop. So I'll have to wait for him to get here to start on that. But I'm at least going to kind of like go through everything and make sure, you know, nothing's too bent to really base the template off of. Make sure we can kind of get it somewhat straight. Because if you saw the bad fender, like the really bad fender, it does have like a bend at the bottom because the structural part of the fender itself had some rot in it and it twisted it all up. So I'm going to try to straighten that out a little bit, and then when Robert gets here we'll start making the templates and maybe even cut some metal today. We might have like the patch panel made today. That's the goal. Welding, probably not going to happen today, sadly. But patch panel, that's our goal. That's what we're going to stick to. I will update you when we're starting. Alright, so I did have cardboard. I had the box that the flares came in. Also, just real quick, like, just look at this. Every time I see it, I like it a little bit more. You know? It's getting there. If you got cardboard, we just need to hunt down a box cutter. Try to hunt down a box cutter or something. I don't know what is in this shop that we can find, but we can try to find something. Pretty sure this toolbox. Oh wait, actually, did we just? Oh no, that's empty. Damn. Thought we had it first tee. Yeah, the rest of that toolbox is empty. If y'all see something, just tell me. You know, because that'll definitely help me in the long run. I'm kicking around pilot bearings. I don't think. Starting to look like there's nothing to cut with in here. Oh. Pull a piece I can show you real quick. Got the dots and shift knob. Original wood. Super jank, but I'm probably gonna run it honestly just because, I mean, why not, right? Yeah, boys, I don't see anything in here that we can cut with. Let's double check. I'm pretty sure the other shop's locked, but you know, it's worth a shot. Yep, it's locked. Alright boys, back to the drawing board. I'm gonna try to figure something out and then I'll get back to y'all. Alright, I resorted to the tape and tear method to get this kind of somewhat figured out so you have the general like length, width, all that. And now I just need to line up where this fender curves here. And I'm probably just gonna overhang a little bit so we can cut off something here too. Alright guys, I put my MacGyver hat on. Found a stubby flathead and used the gap in the wood in the trailer here and was able to get this kind of cut out. I definitely need to give myself a little more wiggle room side to side, just so that one, we can fold it here and get the overhang so it matches up with this, and two, just to give me a little room for air in case something's a little bit off. You know, we have room to cut a little bit more if we have to once it's actually tacked in place. God, the gnats are so bad right now. For now, I can't really do anything else until Robert gets here. So I'm gonna go like watch the new Adam LZ video or something in my car, get out of the gnats, get out of the weird, gross mugginess for like 10 minutes. When he gets here, I will see if he approves of my template, and we'll get to cutting.
It got made up. All I did is I just kept cutting it away, and then I took a grinder, just a simple little grinder, like this here, and just grinded the edge so I can get it to fit proper. The whole point. And there I got my fit. It is pretty good. Back here on this corner, I trimmed out this corner here.
Alright, buddies, let's fucking get it.
So it fits.
Alright, so Robert basically said scrap this that I worked on, which I don't blame him. His idea was way better, and he knows what he's doing, I don't. We're going to basically lay this paper out and then mark the fold lines. And this way we can kind of get a better idea of the exact shape of this here. You can see that perfectly like wraps around up in there, compared to what we were doing with that, where we're kind of just like guesstimating excess and then hoping that it lined up later on. This will give us an exact amount once we get the folds and everything. So I'm gonna get this all taped on and marked off and then show you what I'm talking about. So this is where we are right now. We got a little chunk of scrap metal, not scrap, we got a little square of metal I cut out that's a little bit bigger than the spot we're gonna patch. So I'm gonna start trying to bend this shape out first, it's gonna be the hardest. And then we'll start to kind of curve around this and, I don't know, just work it into place until it's about the right shape. And then we can cut out these edges and try to figure all that stuff out. But for now, I broke my tripod, so I'm gonna try to figure out a way to film an okay time lapse in here. If not, you'll just jump to me with a progress shot. Alright guys, so this is the actual fender itself, and you see we have a little bit of a roll and then a harsh kick down and it curves over. So here, we got our little bit of a roll, and we're starting to get kind of our curve down here. So now I'm going to try to shape that hard kick. I try to measure out where exactly it's going to be and see if I've clamped small enough so I don't have to get this big wide gap right there. Alright. Like I said before, hopefully the time lapses end up good. We'll see. Alright guys, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. That's how it's going to be for most of this. Being someone who's never even tried to do metalwork and jumping into a project like this, I'm going to have a lot of little mistakes I make. I didn't think about this before, we're fixing it now. I should have done the 90, like that harsh bend. It's not exactly a 90, but it's definitely more of a crisp bend right here first. So I can kind of just bead roll this almost. I think that's what we're going to do. I unbent the little curve we had, so all we have is the curve for the bottom of the fender now. So now I'm going to try to get that 90 straight across here, or close to 90 straight across here, and then we'll start working on getting that little lip so that it lines up top. I think it's a solid plan. That's what we're going to go with. So let's get you set back up on the vise. Yeah, we're definitely starting to get more of the right shape now. It's just going to be getting it to that crisp point. That's going to be the deal breaker for it. Oh, yeah, that's it. We're getting there. We're almost definitely getting there.
Ah,
What's up?
we're gonna run in here and rape you, but you know whatever.
It's cool.
What camera are you shooting with?
T7i.
He's big into stuff. Okay.
Wait, yeah, this was a car though, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That runs now, but now it's buried under wood.
Wood with nails.
Yeah. I get it.
Oh, the middle part, yeah.
This is like low cost.
Here you go. There's everything you need.
That's crazy.
Gotta just stroke gain it.
Set something
So
real
we'll
heavy
pull
on
all
it.
this off and put it on yours. Sweet. And you're not gonna run the coolant lines for the idle air control.
I almost
You're
grabbed the
gonna
JZ
run it
block,
off
but
the,
I think Robert might be a little bit mad about that.
You even have all that stuff?
I mean, I'm like super new on this, so I'm not even sure. I've been going off Tyson's feet.
Well, you can do what you're doing. But
Is there a pros and cons to both sides?
I don't know if it'll work that good without they fucking, but they never idle that great anyway. They usually just go straight to 1500.
And then once it warms up, it's good to go.
Just do whatever. What are you doing out here? Why didn't you have the fan on?
It's too loud.
It's so hot in here.
YouTube comes over comfort.
There you go. There you go.
Oh, Tyson, you got a wagon, right?
Yep.
U72?
Mm-hmm.
How much you give me for your Stellite, tell me? Good.
But like,
I don't know, think about it. They're there.
okay. Oh, well, just hold on.
You're like, how about I'll never buy them when I need them?
Yeah.
I'll give you $20.
Because like Law had like windows for a wagon. He's like, yo, you need them? I was like, no. I was like, I'm never gonna break a wagon window. He's like, well, like, I got it.
I just realized that I'm still filming and it's been super awkward and quiet, but it's just thinking, trying to plan this out, make better decisions this go around. So now we have that first bend. It's definitely getting a lot better than it was. I almost want to, if it gets something flat. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go right to the shop and look for something long and flat. Fucking giant brain. Oh yeah. I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but that is like way more of a 90. Still a little bit of a curve to it. They gotta kind of try to finagle out. But we're getting there. We're definitely finally making moves. I think we have enough of that bend now that we can start working on the other bend. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Alright, I am an idiot. I have not been filming this entire time. But we got the general shape basically complete. I don't know how we all can see that. Here, I'll line it up on here and bring that over and show you. actually lined up. We've got that crease in there very nice. Now it's going to take a little bit more finagling, like you can see up here isn't touching yet. It's got to bend the top half out. But for the most part, when it's not laying on the ground like this, that bottom curve is just about right. So we can get it, and then once we get it curved perfectly, we'll bend the bottom so it folds up under, so it can follow that guide railing. Overall, I'm super happy with it, honestly. This is another thing that, just like with the bodywork we've done, I've never done any metalwork, so to get to this today is super exciting to me. I'm gonna get some Pickle X real quick and clean all the rust off of this sheet so I can kind of see it a little bit better, and then we'll try to get this top coat, and then I don't know if you can hear that. I'm gonna try to get home before a fucking hurricane hits. So if you don't know what Pickle X is, it's essentially just metal prep. It works super well. Like, you literally get the smallest amount and it does wonders. Just get like a, not even enough to like really wet the rag, just that much. Should be more than enough for a good chunk of this. Alright, I'm probably done for the night, just because I really need to get more space to lay the fender out and kind of push the piece, the like metal around it to kind of see where I need to bend more. There's not a whole lot of space in this shop. But I hear a Corolla running, so we're gonna go, I'm gonna get my stuff together and we're gonna see what's going on out there. There's that Corolla. I can hear the sounds of the good people's bathroom shopping this. And we're back out here doing stuff anyways. So I think I'll rock with look at it. Holy shit, fucking boost weather just hit. I swear it was 90 when I got here and it's like low 70s probably now. Alright, so I'm literally in the middle of editing this video that you just watched and realized I never filmed any kind of outro. I kind of went out, started hanging out with the Corolla boys and completely lost track of filming and like keeping up with the YouTube life. So I'm going to film this real quick, kind of recap everything we got together. We got the template made, we got the metal cut out and starting to shape. All we got to do now is cut it to shape, tack it in, and then start kind of finagling the little joints and whatnot into place. So if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Please like the video if you enjoyed it. Comment something you want to see me do with the 240 down below, because we're getting close to the point that I can do like fun stuff with it, not just bodywork. Just let me know what you want to see. Subscribe if you want to see more. If you want to know every time I post, it's usually on Mondays, but hit the bell and you'll get a notification. Thanks guys.